A professional incident report must have the essential basic info to form a solid foundation for the report. But what is that essential info? Great question. In this video, you'll learn the basic information you need to gather before you write your report. That's right, we'll be discussing the six critical questions your reports must answer and how to record this information in your notes. After watching today's video, you'll be better prepared to write more thorough, better quality security reports. I'll start with a quick story. I remember asking one of my deputy chiefs at a previous job to put together a report writing class for our police and security team. He thought about it and later told me that he wouldn't be putting together a report writing class, but rather a note-taking class. I was like, no, we need a report writing class. He said, Dave, without good notes, how are you supposed to write a good report? At that point, I saw the light. He pointed out that most of the issues with the reports from the officers was that they were missing information that was never collected in the first place. He was 100% right. Crappy notes equals a crappy report. Garbage in, garbage out. Many thanks to Bill for showing me the light. Now, how can you write a quality report without good notes? You can't. That is, unless you have some sort of gift for remembering every single detail about everything. You know, like a waiter at a restaurant that doesn't take any notes but remembers everything you ordered. Doesn't that always make you feel like he's going to forget something? You might say something like, I have a serious nut allergy. And he's like, and doesn't write it down. Great, your life hangs in the balance of this dude's memory. Good luck. Fortunately, report writing usually isn't that high stakes. But the point is that you need to write down all of the information you collect at an incident. You can't rely on your memory alone. Remember that your report will need to answer the following questions to be complete. Who, what, when, where, why, how. That's who, what, when, where, why, how. My handy acronym for today's lesson is, wait for it, 5WH. Huh? Sorry I couldn't come up with something cooler than that. Perhaps an explosion will help you remember it? Ooh. There, that's better. You might be saying, Dave, that's a lot of questions to answer for every incident. Well, these are the questions that someone reading your report will want the answers to. Therefore, you need to answer them. So, either you answer them in your report or answer them when you have to edit or rewrite your report. Or you can answer them for the first time when you're on the stand in a courtroom. Did I mention you're in a courtroom? In front of a judge? And a jury? Yikes, not a good time to start remembering the details of something that happened 2 years ago. Okay, did I get the point home? Good. Now, let's get into some examples of info you'll want to collect for each question. Who? Who was involved? Who responded to the incident? Who observed what happened? Who had access to the area involved? What? What happened? What actions did you take? What did you see, hear, smell, or feel at the scene? What was the witness doing when the incident occurred? When? When did the incident take place? When did you arrive and depart from the scene? When was the stolen item last seen? When was it noticed missing? Where? Where exactly was the incident? What floor, building, and room number? Where was the victim when the incident occurred? Where did the suspect go after the incident? Why? Why did you take the actions you did? Why did the incident happen? Why did the suspect assault the victim? Why was the incident not reported previously? You may or may not know the answer to this particular question each time outside your own actions, but you should strive to obtain it whenever possible. How? How was the incident reported to security? How much is the stolen item worth? How much property was vandalized? If you gather all this information up front, you should be in good shape when it comes time to write your report. However, be sure to know your department's requirements for what information you must gather at each incident as well. Every department is different, but knowing what info to collect for your specific department's reports will save you the effort of going back and forth and getting the information you missed the first time around. By the way, you may not be able to start writing your report right after you collect your notes. So again, using your memory to fill in the blanks for poor note-taking is not a good strategy. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. Never mind the details like exactly what time I started and finished it. Lastly, your notes should be well organized and legible. I'll be the first to admit I have terrible handwriting. Half the time I can't even read what I wrote a few minutes later. However, when I take notes for a report, I use a more legible block lettering. Using a checklist can be helpful in ensuring that you gather all the information when everything is fresh at the scene. I used to stick a small printed list of questions on the inside cover of my notebook when I was on the field operations side of healthcare security, so I would always have a quick reference guide. Okay, time to review what we have learned today. In order to be complete, your report needs to answer the following questions: who, what, when, where, why, how. That's who, what, when, where, why, how. Remember, 5WH, 5WH. Don't make no mistakes, use 5WH. That's me rapping. I'm terrible at it. Speaking of terrible, our memory sucks when it comes to collecting detailed information for a report. So be sure to take good notes by using 5WH to guide your information gathering. Also remember to collect the specific info your department wants you to gather. Now go out there and write great reports. 5WH, 5WH. Don't make no mistakes, use 5WH. Okay, my short-lived rap career is over, I promise. Be sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button so you see all the latest and greatest videos. Also, I want to hear from you. Drop me a comment below to tell me what you'd like to learn from my channel or just questions you might have. Until next time, I'm Dave Corbin, and this is From Guard to Pro.